Core system login in progress.
Okay, we have our game object. Let's rename that VS Lab 0. Let's click in the hierarchy menu, deselect everything, and create another game object. Call it Single Labs, because we will have multi-labs later. Reset the transform, and then drag the VS Lab 0 on top of it. And that will make it a child of the single slab. Okay, I have two materials down here. I believe I had them in the shader labs, but one's black, one's white. They're both using the shader, Unity provided shader, unlit color. And that's what we'll be using for now. So with VS Labs selected, expand the materials node and put type the size of 2. Drag black onto one, white onto the other. I don't care which. Hide that, expand the material presets, type in 3. Expand the first element, give it 3 materials, leave it 0, make it 0, 1, 0, 0. Go to the second element, element 1, and just give it 3, but don't change anything. Go to the third element, element 2, and give it 3, and make them all 1. Now go to the map level, give it a max height of 32, give it a generate height of 4. I'm going to give it a seed of 5. The world size around 7,500 is really good. Give it a rough smoothing of 25. So the closer to 0 the smoothing is, the smoother or more level the plane is. Now drag our character onto the character node and change our state to generate. And let's see how lucky we are. I like to click on the pen, the hand tool, so that arrow isn't there. And I also like to put the light at some crazy angle because it's a directional light. It doesn't really matter. Not crazy angle, but crazy height. So give it a Y of something like 5,500, 50, whatever, 555, whatever. And click the play button, and let's see where. Oh, I knew it somewhere. Ah. Well, I wasn't expecting that one. So on the character, I did not set the camera. So I simply drug the camera down here, and then I went to here, and there was a modify button. I clicked apply modify. Let's try again. Oh, why? Oh, there it is. My camera is just way out of the way. Oh, because I have gravity turned on. How silly of me. Turn off gravity, select the character, and turn gravity to 0, and make the Y, I don't know, about 12. And let's try again. Yeah. Our lonely chunk. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Our nugget is not getting the neighbors properly. We're not getting our... So, we have a debug situation here, and a good one. We're not getting our 1 correctly, and we're not getting our 2 correctly. So we are setting things wrong here. And that will be in our get neighbors method, which is where most bugs happen, to tell you the truth. And there it is, right there. Do you see it? They're just mixed up. So don't get mad at yourself. Don't kick yourself in the head. I don't know if you can kick yourself in the head, but don't do it if you can. Oh, it's still jumpy. What's going on here? Wait a minute. No, that was supposed to fix it. That did fix it. So why is my camera so rough? That, I think, is a camera problem. Okay. So also turn off the jump gravity, which is strange. This is only happening if we set our speed to 6. So I think there's a bug in the camera. Let's go debug that.
Access granted.
And it turns out it was a min-max move distance. I was playing around with it and I changed it. If you changed it also, or if it's not at 0.001, change it to 0.001 and then apply the modified property. And everything will work out fine. And that way we can turn our jump gravity back on. It really doesn't matter because we're not jumping. And that is it for this lesson. Our lonely chunk is lonely. We have to add in modifying it. And then we will get it some neighbors. But first, let's mess around with this a little bit. Expand the map level, and I'm going to give it a smoothing of 75. We can do this right now, but later on it won't. We won't be able to. Okay. Give it a generate height of 16. I don't know if changing the column and row while we're running will work, but maybe it will. Now, because our X org and our Z org is all set. So I actually did change it. It just didn't change its location. So we have to change that in design time because that's set in the start. Of everything. So if we give it a X org of 8, a Z org of 8, I'm going to give it 105 smoothing and give it a generate height of 24. Where is it? There it is. And that's just too slow. I'm going to go up to the character and give the character a speed of 24. Now I'm going too fast. Okay, so let's get rid of this edge side just to play around with it. So we go back to our code, go to our lab, go to get neighbor, and change all of our else's, change the shapes to 1, except for the top, except for side 4. So leave side 4 with a 0. And bring the lab back to 1, 1. Keep it closer. And there are no outer edges. Because we lied and said there was a shape there. Like we're doing on the bottom. And that looks a lot cooler when you have 1,000 chunks out here. Doesn't look that impressive right now. Change the seed if you want to. That'll change it around some. We can change our materials to, if you were in the other lab, the shader labs, we can change this to grass and dirt. Go back to generate. Yeah, I got them backwards. Kind of a little bit looking into the future there. And that is it for this lab. If you got something out of this, please subscribe and like if you can. And I will see you in the next lab, lab 1. We're going to adding shapes, editing shapes, and then we're going to jump to the mesh library. And then we're going to jump to multi-chunk. God bless, and see you in the next video. Because see, I can see you in the video because you left your camera on, and that's not secure. You need to stop that. Turn off your camera right now because I can see you.